Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. So let me restate everything I just said nothing to. Uh, First, I've got to send my daughter $15. So bear with me. Got to cash app. Okay, that's done. All right. So now that you can hear me, I will restate everything. Number one, we are live on Twitch and YouTube now. So that's good. Problem solved. Uh, Chat is visible on stream. It is intended to be visible for both Twitch and YouTube, but yeah, the YouTube side's not working. So I'll figure that out later. Not the end of the world. I can see and respond to folks if they do post chat into the YT. So we're good there. All right, so rehash for everybody what we're doing here. We are oh, ad break is in prompt. So I'm talking to the ads. We'll wait. Okay, ad break should be over. So we are building an app for parents to help parents. You're on a road trip. This is Road Trip Ninja, and somebody in the back seat is hungry, or they have to go to the bathroom, or you just want to get the kids out of the car because you're losing your freaking mind, and people need to run around and stretch their legs and do all that stuff. So you panic and you hope one of the next exits has something that's reasonable. So this app is going to let parents track, search, help each other out, review, rate, highlight. This is a great place to stop with my kids. My kids are of this age. It's amazing. The bathroom was clean and the playground was clean. Or the opposite. Don't stop here. It was an absolute nightmare. So these are all lessons that I had along the way as a parent driving between here, North Carolina, and Ohio with a set of kids. So, yeah. So here we go. Problem one, as well. The thing we're tackling, number one, thing we're tackling first, is as you can see here, we are not mobile first. So we are gonna get Claude to make sure that we make all screens with a mobile first mindset, but it needs to be responsive and usable in a desktop browser. We'll go with that. Okay. Also, we're trying a new flavor of Monster today. So hope it's good. Here we go. It'll get the job done. Not my favorite. I'm an orange guy, but I'll deal with it. All right. So Claude's doing its thing. Let it roll. Again, the key is, so this is the view from a iPhone 14 Pro Max. So not the newest, but that's okay. All right, so let's see adjustments it's making here. Okay. So it's going through and based on size of the screen, it's going to build different UIs. So that's what's going on. Makes sense. Cool. Ship it. So we'll probably have to do this across a handful of files. Yep. All right. Let me get all my drinks on one side here. Got to prioritize. Okay, similar thing. Now, again, if you want, you can just let it roll. You can be totally down for that. I'm not quite there yet. So I still have control issues, apparently, and just want to see and make sure everything's on the up and up. Also, sometimes it gets a little askew, we'll say. And I have to give it a little bit of a love tap. Like, hey, let's not do that. I'd really struggled with that with Better Auth and Next.js, so I had to do a little bit of a hand fixing there. Okay, so it says we're done. All right, mobile layout, desktop layout. I'm not a huge fan of floating cards, but we'll see what it looks like. We'll give it a shot here. Let's see. Okay, so in theory, we reload this guy. May have to stop the whole thing and start here. We'll give it a... Okay. So let me give it a hard refresh. See if we still get that error. Looks like we do. How do I? I want to click that. I can click it? Can I? Okay. This might be tied to the issue. All right, hold on. Let's just stop this. Let's give it a chance. We'll do a fresh full build. Then we'll reload the screen. See if it didn't like that. Okay. Compiling. We're gonna get an error. We're gonna get that error or not. Yes. Okay. We'll let Claude know, hey, yo, bro, we got a problem. Okay. Okay. So what are we doing here? Why was this working fine before? Let me ask. This was working fine before we made the mobile first refactor. Why do we need to move to dynamic imports now? See, this is the problem I've run into a handful of times. Is it just like it runs into a problem, so it's like, all right, brute force answer is this. So let's see, what's it saying? I always love when it says you're absolutely right. Like, well, if I'm right and you know that, why weren't you right before? I'm importing the map component in the main page. Something in our mobile first refactor is causing it to be rendered during server-side rendering when it was before. Issues probably the map component is now being imported and potentially rendered during initial server render. Okay. That's fine. We'll give it a shot. I feel like there's more to that than that. Okay. You know what's nice? It's nice when you have a stream and you have your microphone working. You would think, having streamed for, years, this wouldn't be a thing. Okay. So just telling it to not render. Okay. All right, so what we're saying is it's trying to render when Next.js is doing the server side rendering. Now we're slamming on the brakes saying, yo, don't render yourself until you're client side. Don't render yourself until you're actually on the page. So now let's check this again. Refresh. We're saying it should work. Same error. It loads. Oh, look at that. It is showing. It's just rendering under. Okay. Let me try this again, just to make me feel better. It shouldn't make a difference, but I want to try this anyways. We should get the same error. There's no reason a fresh build would fix it, but yeah, okay. Let's see. We still get the same error, and we are back to the situation where the user drop down renders under the map, which means we can't use it. Do some research on the best way to use leaflet and Next.js. We should not have to brute force dynamic imports. So we're going to send it off on a little mission. See, this is the thing that, like, it did a good job with Leaflet, because I just assumed that Google Maps was the way to go. But it actually said, like, hey, we're going to go with Leaflet because it's open source. It's going to save you some pennies once this gets up and running. So it'll be fine. So we'll go with that. Interesting. I want to see this. I'm a jerk. I don't trust it, which is totally the wrong thing to do. But I'm going to find out here. Next.js leaflet. Oh, I don't want the starter app. I want the docs. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's double check. No, we'll go with this for now. If we get to a point and we decide to replace leaflet, we can do that. We got Claude for that. We're good. So we're going to let it go. All right, it's going to undo everything. Check. Check on my daughter. All right, so wait, what are we undoing here? Okay, there we go. What are we doing here? Oh, okay, that's right. We're fixing the depth issue to allow the user drop-down modal to fix itself. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't. Surprised it changed, but that's okay. So for those of you that don't know, I mean, depending on what math and science you took, there was X, Y, and Z. So Z controls the depth, basically the layers of things that are on top of that. So just making sure that we are controlling who sits on top of who in that display, which was the issue that we were having where this button, there we go. So now it's okay. So we appear to be good. So let's refresh and see if we get the error that we've been getting. Okay, everything looks good. The suggested Next.js approach works. Not sure what this dealie is, but okay. All right, so now we get that. We can sign out. Oh. So just like, all right, let's just refresh here. Okay, so when I'm not logged in, that shouldn't, see, this is the stuff that gets me nervous. I feel like we're in this, like, there's a thread that gets pulled on a sweater, and you end up with a bunch of little things along the way. We're getting let me just again, this shouldn't do it. Start fresh. Yeah. So we'll give it this error. Okay. Looks like we're still getting the error. Error button is not defined. What? How did that happen? How did that happen? Let me see here. Nope, nope, nope. We now get button not defined, error on source app page.tsx. See, like, how did we? Yeah, I know you need to import the button. Why do you need to import the button all of a sudden? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see. Okay. So let's sign in. All right, number one, I don't like the sign in hover floaty deal. It should always be in the upper right hand corner. So we need to adjust that. We're barely through problem number one, people. 30 minutes in. Well, 20 minutes in, because the first 10 minutes was me talking without a freaking microphone. So, you know, it's all right. Okay, so let's make an adjustment here. I want to keep all user interactions in the top right corner. Please move the sign in button to where the sign out, to where the user avatar and sign out button is when logged in. We should always keep similar navigation items in the same spot, regardless of state. See, now I want that to go into part of like the architectural stuff. Okay. Yeah, get the mobile floating card out of there. Okay, so as expected, yeah, I know, a more intuitive and professional user experience. Yeah. So now the sign in modal renders underneath the map and is therefore not usable. Also, well, we'll worry about that floating card later. One step at a time. I think they're both Z1000. Okay. Good. Ooh. Doesn't like that. So if I just type it in though. Then let me get my password. Host or Trip Ninja. Copy. Password paste. Sign in. Sign out. Okay. Let's make sure. Nope, I don't want that. Go away. Sign up. Registration. Okay. That still goes in the right spot. All right, good. We're in a decent spot. We got to figure out the issue where it freaks out when we click on the 1Password, but that's not the end of the world. We'll worry about that later. Let me get re-signed in. signed in. All right, so let's get this pushed up to GitHub. Refactored to be mobile first layout. Okay. Push that up. All right. What's our list? Mobile first UI. Okay, seed data. Confirm the query pattern for better auth. Okay, check. All right. First things first is we need some like seeded locations. So we'll go with that. All right, Claude. Our next need is to seed the database with locations so that we can start building out the rest of the functionality. So let's see how it wants to tackle that. Okay. I like it. That seems like a good approach. That's how I would do it. That's how I've done it. So do your thing, Claude. Make it happen. Working over there. Okay, here we go. How's that tackle this? Yep. Okay, that's how I would do it. We want these to be in Raleigh. So let's update that real quick. Hold on, Claude. So we're telling it, hey, this is where I live because I want my locations to be seated like near me, so that when the app opens up, I'm searching near where I am. So general area, since that is where my browser will default to. So update yourself. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. I like it. Offline? Why are you all of a sudden offline there, Claude? What happened? Everything else seems okay. Okay. What do we have here? Chick-fil-A. Okay. McDonald's Crossroads. One of my father's favorite McDonald's in the entire universe. He claimed it is / was the fastest McDonald's in America. He loved going there. Oh man. That makes me happy. Yes. Yes, we're going to add that because that's Pops. Man, did he love that McDonald's? It made my day. Man, that dude. Still doing your thing, huh? I mean, we're just installing a package here. Why are we taking a minute? 50 seconds. Woo. Maybe this is why I use PNPM and other products. Goodness gracious. That is unnecessary. I mean, our package.json file isn't that big. Yeah. Nothing in there. Doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies. Okay. Yes, so we're going to run npm run db seed. We'll open another window here. npm run db seed. So this should run on the seed scripts. So we should have locations. Invalid geometry. All right, so we added I don't like that it clears existing data. Well, I guess it's okay. So we have a couple invalid geometries. Okay. Geometry errors when running the seed scripts. Let me look at what that's doing. yeah, it creates all this, all the JSON file. Check. What's it do? It just deletes the data. Boom. Maybe that's okay. A little different than how I would do it. That's okay. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because I wouldn't do it like that doesn't mean it's wrong. What are you doing here, buddy? Why are we deleting all locations? So we don't have locations now? Oh, okay. Okay, I can get behind that. Was that an issue with other? Shouldn't we have locations for? Why don't the locations have locations? I mean, that is part of the schema. Let me double check this, but I'm pretty darn sure highway exits have a location, locations have a location. All right. It's all right. Let it do his thing. Maybe it's fixing it. Can it use? Well, let it do its thing here. So I've been a fan of. Let me go to Drizzle docs. Just the SQL. What do they call it? The SQL. I forget what it's called. It's a SQL keyword, but they have a different name for it. There we go, the magic SQL operator. What do you think about using Drizzle's magic SQL operator? Operator for these location columns. Go look that up and see if it will make the code easier to read. Yeah, it's nice because you still write all the Drizzle queries, but if you need something like hardcore SQL, it just like, oh, here, you need SQL for this part of the where statement. Done. I may have to give it more of a pointer. I can do that if I need to. I wonder if there's like a Drizzle MCP or something. That we should be using. That might be a difference. My MCP game is weak, my friends. I gotta get better at that. All right, good. We're re-updating this. Okay, good. It was a freaking disaster the way they were doing it before, separating everything out. So we're good. This will make the seed script much easier to deal with. Because I was a little nervous. Looking at that, like, ooh, we made that a little bit more complex than we needed to. All right, so we're bouncing around. Right now we're trying to get seed data into our map in my general location. So that way we can start searching. Oh, well. Yeah, so right here, this is their SQL operator, so it's nice. You just do all of your Drizzle stuff, and then you say, hey, SQL, backtick, I think that's the right word for it, the thing with your tilde key, and then you just can write SQL inside of these quotes, and it just handles the magic for you. So you're good. You don't need to do anything else. As opposed to all this other stuff where it was manually building a SQL query, writing that, combining all the information, and then doing all the work. So now that's just like, hey, again, simplify, simplify, simplify. So super happy with Drizzle. Not a sponsor. Wish they would. But yeah. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we simplify that. Yeah, look at that. So much simpler. Hey. Is there a Drizzle MCP? Looks like people are asking for it. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. So we're saying if we go back here, rerun db seed, it should be good. Yes. Okay, cool. So now we have data. We have locations with amenities tied to exits, blah, 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 blah. So that's good. That is good. All right, let's commit that. See data created. Boom. We now have locations. Okay. Let me go back to my list of things to do. See data. Check. All right. What should we do? We don't want... Let's think about base usage. Open the app. The app's going to drop you wherever you are. You might not want... You probably don't want to load every location that's there. So we are going to want to provide them a way to filter, to find a location, find a place, find somewhere to stop. We want to find somewhere to stop. And so let's just build a button that loads all locations on the current view of the map. We'll start there. Then we'll start layering on filtering. So, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going to build the first location lookup tool. We won't start with any filters other than showing any location that would be visible on the current map. If we need to allow / handle clusters of locations so that we don't end up with a map totally covered with pins. We will add filtering later, but this is our MVP location finder. Remember, all of this should follow the approach defined in Claude.md with our services and queries behind the API. Okay. So we'll give it all that context so that it knows. Again, all we're trying to do is just like, hey, what's on this map? So we'll see what it comes back with. We are 1 hour in. Go team. Yeah. Look at that. We've had some viewers on the YT. Not bad for not advertising it at all. I appreciate you guys that showed up. Uh-oh. Twitch ads. Starting in 5 minutes. I'm gonna fire the ads off now while this is thinking. Uh-oh. Oh no. What did... Okay. All right. We're going to run some ads right now on Twitch while this is doing its thing. So letting that happen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we writing raw SQL? What? Why are we writing raw SQL? Like, that's what did they know? Yeah, no shit, I'm right. Dear Lord. See, that's where I've got to figure out how to have that context better in there. Okay, let's see what you've got. All right, this looks better. Okay, this is reasonable. Oh shit. We should be using Zod. Okay. We'll have it refactored Zod. That's one of the things I didn't want to do. Let me write that down. Make sure I don't forget. That's next. Next. Zod. Dang it, I wanted to do that sooner. Oh well. Okay. Zod is next. Now let me do. No. It's okay. Okay. So let's just. I'll chill out. Locations. Yeah, get all that stuff. Convert it to lat long. I like that. From locations where it's active. Get locations. Get exit details for locations that have them. Why would we not just join? What? I don't want amenities for all locations. We don't need to, okay. We don't need to use the magic SQL operator in where clauses. Just use the EQ method. Okay, so we've got that issue. We don't need all of the details, the associated details for locations in this basic search. We only need locations. When they select a location, we can then fetch the necessary information for just that one location. We don't want to bring back a bunch of data that won't be used. Yeah, so the problem is so locations have amenities and then they have associated exits. We don't need that. Right now we're just showing locations on the map. So this is just like, hey, give me the locations. I don't need all that other crap. Just get the locations. I think I want to do the clustering in the service. All right. I'm fine to bring back the full location. Okay, here we go. I am fine if geez, dear Lord, if we bring back the entire location object. What I don't want us getting is the exits, amenities, photos, etc. at this point. Lastly, I want to make sure we are relying on Zod and the Drizzle Zod package to help us with our types. So we're just going to do Zod. I think that was faster, so I guess just TSX was slow. TSX was like 50 seconds. After this, we should be using Zod probably for the login screens, all that jazz. Okay, here we go. So much better. This feels better. do we know? I want to handle the clustering in the service layer. The DB should not know or care about how the data gets displayed. Let's handle that with our business logic. Okay. Hooray. Okay. We'll see how this goes. See how it handles the clustering, how it groups them. Okay, here we go. Locations. Okay. All right, we're going to go with that. Question is, should the clustering be done client side? We'll have to see how that goes. Have to do a little bit of, have to wrap some security around that. Okay, this is how you just get one location. Check. What's it doing here? It's the best way. Should be using. Is that the best way to call in API from a component? Should we be using server actions or something like that? Consult the next JS docs to validate this approach. There is a server action implementation. Yes. Next.js MCP? Whoa, okay, hey, all right, what's going on here? The action should be calling. No, remember. Oh. We still need the API because we are going to have native mobile apps. So those will be required. The question I had is, what is the best way for the components to call the API? Man. Could be bad. SWR. What do we get ourselves into? Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Oh, man. Do a little research here. I don't know how I feel about this. Mm. I don't know, my friends. Let's see here. Okay. Yes. Let's use SWR. All right, we're trying all the new things. That's why we do this. New stuff, new stuff, new stuff. Oh, nice. It's green. Cool. Restart. All right, what the frick are we doing here? Ooh, what's that helpful? Is it? All right, we'll give it a shot here. Oh, map item. I'm going to check, see if we should be using Zod. No, we should be using Zod in various places. Client side. We won't worry about that yet. That'll be the next thing we tackle. Locations layer. Let's keep it simple and just have a button in the top in the header navigation that tells us to search for locations on the map. I don't want to get into the thing where we're re-rendering right when you do that. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Keep doing your thing. Search button. Okay. Yep. Search button. Check. Okay. So we're saying this should work. We're saying our seed data is going to be good. Do you believe it? Here we go. So our prediction. Will this work first try? Yes. No. 30 seconds. Go. I'm going to say mode predict. Wait. Let's work first try. Man, this is way harder than it should be. No, I want to do a prediction. I can't predict. Oh, here we go. First try. We're saying first try. Oh, oh, oh. Looks like a no, friends. Hey, listen, we're gonna reload. We're gonna reload. We're gonna reload. Everybody, relax. All right, it's not happy. We keep maximum update. Woo. We gotta solve this. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna hit the button. Boom. All right. We're compiling the locations. Compiled. Get returned. It doesn't like that. We'll try it again though. Okay. All right, we're getting some problems. Oh, this is a classic issue. It's nice that it's a classic issue, and you didn't like get ahead of the game. Yeah, if that's a classic issue, then freaking don't let it be an issue. Come on, people. The infinite loop should now be fixed. Isn't that great, friends? Yeah. The infinite loop should now be fixed. Just make sure that's not happening anymore. Let's be sure. What are you unhappy about here? Okay, I'm not worried about the layout issue right now. That's fine. So, what happens? Go back here. Oops. Oops. this error when we call the API. What did we do wrong? Yeah, okay, makes sense. I like that. Let Zod do its thing. Beautiful. Refresh. Search. Still get an error. Same thing, bro. Still getting an error. Is it wrong for me to call Claude bro? Like, that's just the thing that jumps into my mind. I can't decide if it's right or wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah? No? All right, what are we doing here? SQL be included in the spread operator, but they are not proper Zod schemas. Thomas. What this is, you now have to be all in on Claude. Claude is choosing to debug the situation by console logging things out. This might be an abandoned ship moment for me right now, because Claude's like, hey, I'm stuck. Let me console log this shit. So this is interesting though. It's running it. And it's going to open a browser. And it's going to click it. Which is interesting. But it probably isn't happy because I've got npm dev running somewhere else. Oh, it just clicked it. Didn't you? You just clicked it. I saw that. Well. This is interesting. Still doing your thing. Is it working? I bet it's not. Doesn't take me this long to do it. Let me see what it's here. No, it's fine. No, here. I was already running the server, so the port issue became a problem. Here is the console dot log results. Woo! What about Drizzle Zod? Yeah, I don't want to get in the business of manually maintaining schemas. Yeah, I know I'm right. You need to look at the freaking documentation without me poking you, punk. See? This is the one I want to call bro. So what were you doing wrong? See, people, keep an eye on Claude. Claude means well, but sometimes Claude doesn't study. Sometimes Claude doesn't read the docs. So you got to tell it. Again, I go back. Bro, read the docs. All right. Will it work? Place your bets, place your bets, place your bets. Let me start a prediction. 7-1. Will this work first try? Second try. 30 seconds and go. Will it work? $15 for the one person, the one user that's probably just a bot here on Twitch, for that person to wager some FTW points. Oh, shocking. Nobody thought. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. We're going to find out. Refresh. Okay, we're doing our thing. Zoom out a little bit. We got to make sure we get carry. And Get my locations. Okay. We got it. I think we might be at a spot where I just have to go fix this. That is the likely next step. All right, what are we saying? Okay. Single select get added to the result object. Aha. Okay. That makes sense. That's all logical. All right. If anybody was here, we would do a third prediction as to whether it works. I'm gonna say yes. I think we got it. I feel good. I do. I feel good. We gotta fix that layout issue. Goodness gracious. All right, zoom out. Because we know we need to get in a carry because that McDonald's. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay. All right, here we go. Wait, let's see. Let's get this ready. Queued up. Ready to go. Boom. Search. No. All right, I think this is the last chance. All right. This is your last chance before I debug it. It's like a threat now. I'm threatening Claude. Hey, you get your shit together, or else I'm going to do it for you. Or I'm going to debug it for you. You don't want that. I don't think I should be building a threatening relationship with Claude. Oh, man. What have I done? All right, so we're back to manually creating the schema. I don't like that. I don't like that because, I mean, I guess we'll find out pretty quickly. So the reason that I like inferring the schema using Drizzle Zod is that when we change the schema, it just flows through the rest of the app and we don't have to change anything. It's just problem solved. Problem's not going to be problem solved here, but I think that's okay. Well, here's the broader question. Do we have to use Latin long everywhere, or can we? I mean, there's a reason PostGIS is storing the data the way it is. So let me ask this question. Let me ask Claude. Hey, bro, here we go. I have a question. Why not use the geometry object that PostGIS relies on everywhere. Do we need to convert to lat long, not log, long, and pass that around everywhere? Or should we instead convert at the very last minute? I don't know. Interesting question. Like, there's a reason PostGIS is storing the data the way it is. So should we just be using that? I don't like that you just validate the question that I ask. Okay, yeah, I like this a lot better. Do we have to convert it? Components deal with the geometry. Like, do we need a different mapping tool? I need to let it read anytime it wants to go to the internet, and shouldn't need to ask. Don't ask again for yeah. Yeah, like are we jumping through hoops when we don't need to? It feels like we might be. What are we saying? Okay. Okay, they do require lat long race. Conversion is trivial. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Throughout, yes, yes, yes. Convert, yes. Perfect. Yes. Let's do this. Wait, why do we? Wonder. Okay. I'm a little nervous about that. Why I can't infer that, but okay. 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 We'll give it a shot. We'll try it. All right, so we moved our stream to late afternoon, early evening, because starting at 8 o'clock, that's my normal walk-in time. And in case you can't tell, I need to get my exercise. Yeah, we're on this dangerous edge where And it happens when you're writing code yourself, right? You get off a little bit, and especially when you're in uncharted territory. And I mentioned it was like pulling the threads of a sweater. You just like keep pulling, and the sweater slowly unravels, and then like you can't put it back together. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So this is one of those things where what I'm trying to figure out is how to get Claude to do a better job with when it gets off course a little bit, how I lightly tap it and get it back in line, as opposed to just like it goes down a dark path and it gets stuck, goes down another path, another path, another path. So that's where I keep running into problems. Yes, yes, yes. Feels better though. We haven't we haven't gone far. Yeah, this is so much simpler. Good. Okay. Yeah, it should work. Just like when the the infinite loop should be resolved. Okay, we're reloading. We still have that layout issue. It's okay. Fine with that for right now. Zoom out. Search. Yeah, I think this means Dad's got to step in. I do think that's I don't want to give up on this. PostGIS. Generate Zod schema. See, it does. PG geometry. All right, we might be doing something a little bit wrong here in the schema. Geometry versus PG geometry. Geometry. Okay, so it does want to use geometry. Okay. Ah. All right, we're gonna give this one shot here. We're gonna give it one more shot to manually. I don't think this is gonna be the issue. I really don't. I don't buy it. We're gonna have to debug. Yeah, you know how many times you've said it should work now? A lot. I've lost count. I stopped counting at 3. Whoa, I was wrong. Holy shit, what's going on? Chick-fil-A. What happened to McDonald's? Crossroads and McDonald's. Okay. We've got something. I don't love it. We're going to at least commit this. Okay. Basic location lookup. We've got that. It's out there. Okay, so that's a problem. So we've got all kinds of re-rendering issues that we've got to tackle. What do we want to do here? Okay. First things first. Work backwards. We got 7 errors. Well, it's got a lot of real stuff. Okay. First, we got to handle this. Let's solve this problem first. What do you have to say for yourself? Let me see. Pasted in old error messages API. We only need to worry about the hydration issue. I remember this thing. Yeah, I remember this Grammarly issue happening before. I remember not liking it. I don't like ignoring errors. Like, oh yeah, it's okay, just ignore it. Sure. That's a recipe for disaster, but I remember like searching like crazy to figure this out because I just didn't. Again, I don't like pretending errors aren't there because they're there and they're costly, but there's nothing you can do about that. So, okay. So, let's hit the refresh. We should not get our error, our hydration error. Okay. Give it this. Warnings in the browser console. Okay, so we got to. I still want to get Zod on the front end. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this will probably do the classic thing of you hit a button and it puts you in your location as opposed to default. Makes sense. I like it. I appreciate it. Nobody wants apps just like constantly pinging for location. Reloading. Okay. 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 This is okay. This is good enough. This is good enough. All right. Last thing, I want to get rid of that stupid find family friendly locations card. We need to get rid of that card that is always behind the map. Jeez. That says something like find family, oh boy, friendly locations. It is useless. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's get the rest of this up there. Some more UI tweaks and browser warning fixes. Can't spell. Browser, not Bowser. Or Borzer. Borwozer. Okay. All right, I want to address Zod, the front end. Where should we be using Zod in the front end? I know we need it at least in the forms. Where else? We need to update Claude.md to make sure we are using Zod wherever it would be useful. You know, for 20 bucks a month, it's actually pretty good. Yep. I like this environment variables at runtime. Okay, this is better. This is better. I like this. I feel better. We're making progress, Claude. I'm still going to call you bro, but this is better. We're getting there. All right, what did it say? What did it say? What did it say? You went too fast. Yeah. Good. 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 So now we'll use Zod to validate environment variables at runtime. That's a pain in the butt. We're not using Vercel at all, friends. So only validate the variables we have and or absolutely need. I feel like we have more in our. Come on, buddy. Yes. Okay. Great. Getting better, getting better, getting better. No, 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 no. Stop it. Okay. Is it working? Okay, good, good. You need to regularly update your Claude.md file. You need to get better at that. Okay. Now, let's make sure we are using Zod in the auth forms. Oh, not using a React hook form. We got to fix that. Yeah. That's how we do it. React hook forms, bro. Now we're feeling better. I like this. Feels like home. Wait, what if we have what if we have two different lengths for password? Why do we have two different required lengths on passwords? Come on, man. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I know. Yes. Okay, here we go. What's happening? Do we need to finally? Come on, man. Shouldn't have to. Doesn't handle login need a finally to set is loading to false. Okay, I must be misreading that. Okay. Is there a password type in Shad? Maybe not. File input disabled with label with button form. Password. Friends, this old MacBook. This old MacBook getting tired. Okay. All right, fine. It's running it. Ooh, I'm excited. It's going to run and click, run and click, run and click. Didn't run and click. Yeah, I'm going to try testing the forms. Yeah, I know. Come on. Old laptop. I think it's time, friends. What? What the flip is happening here? This doesn't make any sense. What? What is this doesn't, my friends. Dear Lord. Is it something with environment variable stuff? That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, that's right. I remember that being an issue before. Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting close to wrapping up. I don't know, 20 minutes away probably still. Not that anybody's here. But if somebody were to show up, it's here. Makes sense. Makes sense. Fuck me, man. All right, we're taking this out. All right, let's get that out. Let's get back to a healthy state. Man, oh man, my laptop is struggling. Yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna get this because I like that. It's so nice when you run your app or whatever, you deploy it, blah blah blah, and it's like, hey, yo, you don't have that environment variable. It's so nice to know that before you get some weird random error days later. No, I'm gonna run it by hand. We're gonna reload. Okay, there we go. Bro, what is happening? All right, we're gonna. Damn it. Abandon ship. All right, we're gonna get back to a healthy Zod spot. Then we're gonna be done. Okay. Hmm. It's annoying. Should have worked. I don't know what got sideways. Wonder what went wrong. Compacting. Claude. Hmm? Okay. Yeah, I think it's time for a replacement laptop. Ooh-wee. Struggling. How much faster would this go on a faster laptop? All right, we've been through all this before, so we should be good here. Ooh, we did it all at once, huh? No. So we're already running. So we're saying, boom, sign out. Okay, now we sign in. Get out of here. Get out. No. I don't want to get out. Uh, okay, so that worked. Okay, good. Go away. You go away if I refresh the whole screen. There we go. Okay. Go. Get out of here. Get out. Escape doesn't work. Okay, escape does work. Just had to have it in the right spot. Okay, so that's good. Let's get this in. Fixed forms to use Zod and RHF. So that's good. Okay. Where else? Let me find that last piece of where Zod should be in the client. Let me ask. All right, it's the last bit. Interesting. Wonder how it's searching. Wonder what it's doing there. Weird. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. I like that. That's good. That's all we need. We didn't need to go overboard. Okay. Yes, let's do this. Okay. So now we don't get our pins. Fuck me, man. gotta wrap this up soon. Just revert that, see if we're still getting pins or not. What are you doing there, buddy? Still going. Still going. Okay. I think it's time for me to stop. Very soon, I get this done. Fuck you. You got that problem again. Why is that? Whoa, 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 whoa. See, I don't know how, if you didn't know what you were doing, how you would know something like that's the problem. You just keep banging away at it, telling it to fix it, fix it, fix it, and it would just go and make it worse and worse and worse. So I don't understand what I'm doing wrong versus other folks, other areas talk about, oh, you just like bang out an app. It doesn't seem, I got to be missing something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, that's better. So now we can get, shit, do I want to do this? Ooh, the environment variables. Okay, no, we won't do it. I got to be done. I got to be done. I got to be done. Let me commit this. Didn't I say I got to be done? Okay. Done. I'm done. I'm done. All right. To everybody that's not watching, thank you. I'll see you later. Tomorrow, I'll be doing this again. Why not?